Hello, everyone, and welcome. Today, we have a special guest that is going to share some Logi tips with us. And let me just, without any further ado, introduce you to Andrea. Hey, Andrea.
Hey, Eileen. Good to see you guys.
Yes, would you want to introduce yourself? Tell folks like how long you've been in the program and how long you've been using Logi.
Yeah, sure. So I've been in the Amazon Influencer Program since November of 2022. So I guess it'll be almost 3 years now. And I've been using Logi, I want to say pretty much since the beginning. When I got into the program, I was doing a lot of research on different tools and things related to the Amazon Influencer Program. And I found a video on YouTube that was talking about Logi. So I ended up signing up for it, and I've literally been using it ever since. So I want to say yeah, ever since I started the program, and I found out about Logi, I've been using it. And it's one of my favorite things to use. I just love how easy it makes everything and how we don't have to, track down brands and submit links and all of that. Like Logi just, and send invoices. Logi just does everything automatically. So yeah. And I've also been loving being a part of the community.
Great, great. I actually found you on YouTube a long time
Hmm.
ago, and then you had a community that I think you were using school, but
Hmm.
then
Yes.
you switched it. I'm not sure. Are you still active on your
Um,
Facebook group?
yes and no. So I had a school community, and then I ended up switching over to Facebook because everybody was like, "Oh, we check Facebook a lot more than school." So I switched it over there, and then my account got banned over there for I have no reason, no idea why or what the reason was. And then I've never started it again. But I still have my little Amazon influencer community. I just do everything via email now. So when there's, something new, I send it via email. And I guess I would say email, YouTube, and Instagram are my little communities for the Amazon influencer program. But I do want to bring back probably a school community. I don't think that'll get shut down just like my Facebook one did. So yeah.
Yeah, and this is the reason why we started migrating to these platforms like School and Circle because of Facebook.
Yes.
So before we get into everything, why don't you put a link in the chat so that people can sign up for the email list? Because I know, like, I'm probably not on it because I see you on YouTube still, but I'm not on your list, I don't think.
Yes,
So,
let me um I think if you go to my Instagram, there's a link in my bio
okay, put
to
the
so I'll
Instagram.
just is it okay if I do my Instagram?
Absolutely,
Okay.
absolutely. Yes, feel free. Okay, and I know you as kindly connected. Okay, so for those who can't see the chat because they're on their phone, like Lane, hey Lane, or anybody else who doesn't even have their camera on, it is Instagram.com/kindly dot connected. So kindly connect. Andrew, can you mute yourself? I'm not sure.
Me? Yes.
No, Andrew. Andrew, I'm
Oh,
sorry.
okay.
There it was. That's what it was. It was Andrew. Okay. So let me do it one more time. Instagram.com/kindly dot connected. Okay, there you go. All right, I'm going to go on mute while you share some of your Loki expertise.
Sure. So in this video, or in this video, on this Zoom, I wanted to talk about the new Logi affiliate program to bring brands on. And I've had some success with it. So I wanted to share some tips about how to get more brands on board. And if you're not familiar with it, it's basically a program where Logi pays you a commission for every brand that signs on as a brand partner with Logi. And those commissions are recurring. There's different tiers that they can sign up with. And the cool thing is that if they sign up with your Logi affiliate link, then they get double the amount of influencers that they would normally get when they signed up, from what I remember in the intro email. So what I've been doing, I love working with brands, and I've actually been working with brands for the last 20 years. So I feel like in some ways I have a bit of an advantage here because I have built a community of brands, and I've been helping brands get their products featured in the media for the last 20 years. So I guess my unfair advantage is that I already have an email list of brands. So if you have a list of brands that you've been working with over the years, I would recommend the first thing to do is just to email that list and say, hey, I've partnered up with Logi. This is what they do. And if you want to bring on more influencers to help with your Amazon content, and also offline with social media and YouTube and stuff like that, then here's how you can learn more about Logi. So that's the first thing that I did. I just immediately reached out to my network, and I got quite a few brands to sign up that way. But I know not everybody has that who's on this call. So the other thing that I've been doing is that anytime a brand reaches out to me to do a video for them, and I know we all get those emails from brands. If you do, type it in the comments and let me know. But a brand will reach out and they'll be like, hey, we love your Amazon content. Here's a link to our product. Would you consider doing a video? So once I found out about the Logi affiliate program, what I've been doing is I will write back and I'll say, yes, I'm happy to do a video. My fee is, and I charge anywhere from $30 to $50 per video, depending on the brand. So I'll say, my fee is $50, and I'd love to work with you. Here's, how you can book the video. However, if you are looking for even more influencers to help promote your brand and create content, I've also partnered up with Logi, and they'll connect you with influencers. It's super easy to sign up. Here's the link. And if you sign up to my link, you're going to get double the amount of influencers to promote your product. So a lot of brands have responded. Like I think the first three brands that I did that with, it was the day that the program got announced. Every single one of them wrote back and they're like, oh my God, I didn't know about Logi. Thank you. I've signed up. So I was like, oh, this is great. That was super easy. So and then ever since then, anytime a brand reaches out to me, I will write back. I've copied and pasted my little email that I sent to them on a notes app, and I can just go ahead and copy and paste that email, and everything is just right there. And a lot of them say yes, thank you for letting me know, and I'm gonna go ahead and sign up. So it's been really awesome and really fun to work with brands that way. And yeah, it works. So, and I think a lot of brands would rather do that than spend hours and hours going back to Amazon looking for influencers, um and going through the whole manual process of reaching out to influencers on their own. So it's been working for me so far.
That's brilliant. So let me make sure I understand. So is it like a little side hustle that you have as a consultant to help brands,
um
get visibility, or this
yeah,
is just
well,
something that fell in your lap?
it's actually been my main business for the last 20 years. That's how I've been making money online, is just to work with brands. And once I started, so I've been doing that, for 20 years. And then once I found out about the Amazon influencer program, I sort of added that on as a little side hustle. And now I feel like I'm doing both of them equally. So Amazon and the brands, I spend an equal amount of time doing both. So I feel like they're both like my main businesses right now. And I've been able to add the Amazon videos to my list or to my business as well. So it's just in addition to media, like media contacts and stuff like that, I now also offer Amazon videos. So a lot of brands um, will reach out to, to me to do their Amazon videos because now I have it as a service on my website.
Please let us know your website too, because folks in here are hungry and they
Yes,
love.
like my brand website.
Yep,
Okay, I will post
yep.
that here.
Yep.
Um, I've just posted that there. So yeah, I've been
Launch,
doing this
grow,
for
joy.
a long
Great.
time.
Okay. Oh, I'm sorry. I was just saying out loud because, like I said, I
Oh,
know some
oh,
people are
sorry. Yes.
some people are on their phones and they can't see the chat.
Oh, got it.
Launch, grow, joy. All one word. Launchgrowjoy.com. That's a neat business that you have there. Do you have assistants helping you with that business, or are you solo?
I did. So I bring on assistants at various times throughout the year. So yes and no. Right now I don't, but during the summer, like spring and summers are my busiest time because people are getting ready for holiday gift guides to be in the media with that. So during the spring and summer, I do bring on assistants. Like just one or two assistants though. It's not, anything crazy. And they help with that.
Wonderful. And also, Sandy. Hi, Sandy. Sandy typed a wonderful question about your approach, your process, and Ijoma said that was going to ask a similar question. Sandy, do you want to unmute? I actually don't see I see you now. Oh, she said 1 sec. All right, great. So let me read Antoine's question. Any way to find out how many people signed up with your Logi affiliate link?
I'm not sure. I'm still waiting to find out. I think, um, from what I heard, they're working on like getting an affiliate reporting system ready. Um,
Yeah, that's
so I
actually
will.
a Ehud question. He's got his hand up.
Oh yes, okay, yeah.
Go ahead,
So
Ehud.
whenever that will be ready, but I'm not sure yet how many brands have signed up. I just know on my end the brands that um said that they've gone ahead and signed up after sending the email.
Yeah, so I think I'm unmuted
Yeah.
with all my mess here, but yeah, but definitely. I think this is something that will be ready by the end of this month because the team is like diligently working on this, trying to make it happen, and basically we are going to show you how many people actually signed up to Logi with your invitation code and how many actually signed up to a subscription, because everybody can just, create an account on Logi using your invitation. They cannot join Logi without an invitation code. They have to have an invitation code. So that gives you a big plus. And then you'll be able to see everyone who actually signed up. And once they actually subscribe, you'll be able to see what packages subscribe to, how much you're going to make on a monthly basis, which at the moment could be anywhere between $30 to $100 for every brand that signs up with your invitation. So for an entire year, just imagine having a brand that signs up for a bigger package, which is 80% of the brands. 80% of the brands on Logi right now are on the bigger package, and that will give you another $100 a month. That's $1,200 a year for that year that you'll be getting this amazing affiliate fee. I feel like it's amazing, but I think that one of the most amazing thing about it, which we really like, is the fact that you get the first right of refusal, meaning that every brand that signs up with your invitation code, you can be 100% certain that every product launch that they will be doing on Logi, you will be the first one to be matched with them automatically. So although Logi is using amazing AI system to match products with creators, this is like the first person who's going to be matched is not going to even check the AI. It's going to always be you. So that's why, as many brands as you can get into Logi, why not? You can always skip the product and say, I don't want it, and it will go to the next people in the queue. But the fact that every brand, not only are you going to get paid monthly for their subscription, you're also going to have that first right of refusal for every product they launch with us. So I just feel like this is going to be amazing. I'll ask the team to also have like this drop down that when you click on a brand that signed up, to also see all the products that you were matched with, so you'll be able to see how powerful it is. So that's, I think, not just like the regular affiliate programs where people say, hey, let's do affiliate program, let's try to send traffic to Logi because they're paying so much money for every person who signs up. This is actually this extra cool benefit that's like, oh wow, now I don't even need to be matched by the AI. I'm automatically matched for the first, I'm like the first person. So they're saying, okay, we need 100 influencers this month. You're always going to be influencer number one. So yeah, so that's just something I wanted to mention. Give us about a couple of weeks. I think by the end of the month we should have that section in our website built. I know that a lot of affiliate programs are using external tools, and that's why they have it like right off the bat. Boom, just sign up to the affiliate. They connect to them with an API. But Logi is a much more complicated system. We want to integrate this entire thing with the AI, with the way that you're being matched, with the like we have everything already built. So that's why we're literally building it from scratch. Okay, we're not using like a different company. That would have been the cheapest way, paying, I don't know, $50, $100 a month, paying for one of these affiliate programs, connecting to them, giving you an automatically generated coupon code. No, we have a much bigger, more in-depth approach to this. And the first one is the fact that people cannot sign up to Logi without your invitation code. Just think about that. I mean, how cool is that that you can come to a brand and tell them, guys, you cannot sign into Logi. It's invitation only. And all the other systems, it's very hard, to set up a system that literally locks everybody out and just lets you do it. So they just, track if people used your link and all that stuff. No, we have a much bigger approach, and we want to make it in a way that Logi affiliates, mostly the creators, even though we offer it to brands as well, are getting so much more than just a regular affiliate program. So I just wanted to mention that and say that we just wanted to get it out before Q4. And that's why a lot of you got that first step in, telling people, hey, Q4 is coming, leverage this. You're getting double the amount of influencers for the same price for Q4 for 3 months. That's the offer that we're giving for everyone who's signing up with your invitation code. So that's pretty impressive. So definitely. And Andrea was just chatting. I'm like, who's that person who's getting us all these people signing up with that invitation code? Who is that? And I was like checking, like, Andrea. And as she said, she was indeed one of the first ones to join Logi, and she's the I remember that even in the first days of Logi, I think 2 years ago, I was literally, packaging boxes and putting all the stuff. You remember the first days, Andrea, when you would get like
Yes.
a box with all these products? We
Mhm.
didn't have that automation of shipping out products because we didn't ship out thousands of products every month. So, we used to literally get the products in the office and sit down and just package them for Andrea and for David and for Eileen and everybody. Like, we just pack them, and it was so manual. But that's one of those startup stories that you would hear. So yeah, I just wanted to mention that. But
That's
if there's any other
that's
question, I'll be able to answer them
that's
as
so
well.
fun. Oh, Ehud, just a little housekeeping. Is Adrian in the office there with you? Do you Who's Adrian? Adrian, you're not on mute. So I see Adrian Ramos isn't on mute, and I hear an echo, but it was fine. We
Oh
can still
no,
hear everything
yeah,
you said. And so
no,
I'm
no,
just
Adrian,
thinking,
no, Adrian here with
there's
me.
no Adrian. Okay, well, Adrian, can you mute your mic, please? Okay, and Heather, be patient because Sandy was first. Sandy, go ahead.
Hey, thanks. So my question is for Andrea. First of all, congratulations, Andrea, for being so successful in signing up your brands to Logi. That's really exciting.
Thank
So
you.
I'm interested in your secret sauce. When you reach out to your brands, do you include your referral, your invitation code or referral link in your introduction email to when you introduce them to Logi, or do you just say, "Hey, I've got a partnership opportunity with you for you with Logi. If you're interested, email me back, and I'll give you a limited supply of invitation code that I have."
That's a
One email or two emails?
That's a great question. From the beginning, I started including my affiliate link right away.
Hmm.
And I say, they gave me like an invitation link to send out to brands. And here it is if you want to sign up and learn more. So I feel like I'm just trying to, because I feel like they're already waiting for my email response. So they're definitely going to read my email. So if I include the link in that initial email when I respond, that way they'll just have it right away. And there's no need to like go back and forth on another, 2 or 3 emails. So I just send it to them. They can do whatever they want with it. And then my strategy, once the affiliate reporting system is up and running, and I see who actually did sign up and who didn't, and then who became a paid member and who didn't. I do plan on reaching out to all of those brands that said, "Oh yes, I'm planning on signing up," or send me the link or whatever. I do plan on, and if they haven't signed up for Logi, I do plan on emailing them and following up and making sure that their questions are answered, seeing if they have any other questions, or anything like that.
Okay, well, that's very helpful. Thank you so much for sharing, because I've been grappling with whether I should send one email or two emails. And sometimes I feel like I should just do one because I don't want to do the back and forth, and maybe they're just not going to want to reply and ask for a follow up. But then if you give them the link in the initial email, it's like you're giving it to everybody. There's no sense of urgency, and you can't really say it's limited because you're kind of giving it out free for all. So, but if one email seems to be working for you, maybe I'll try that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, try it and see, and see what happens. Maybe for the first 10 brands, you send out the link in your response, and then for the next 10 brands, you don't, and just
Hmm.
see what happens. Yeah, I'm always a huge fan of just testing to see what works and do more of what's working, and then also follow up with everyone. So I feel like if you don't follow up, you're losing. I mean, not you, Sandy, in particular, but just in general, if you're
Yeah.
not following up, you're losing out on a lot of potential income and commission. So I always
Okay.
follow up. Yeah.
I actually have one more question, if you don't mind.
Yeah.
I know you said that you've been doing this for 20 years, working with brands. That's actually quite amazing. My question for you is, having worked with brands for 20 years, do you actually foster a pretty good long relationship with them? Or like for me, I'm really new in this whole influencer economy. So I'm like maybe 2 years into it. I don't feel like I have a relationship with any of my brands. Yes, I do get reached out to every week, every other day, whatever the case may be. But these are brands that I typically have not worked with. And usually, once I work with a brand once, I typically don't hear back from them. So I'm wondering if you have a strategy between working with brands that you already have a good long relationship with, um, versus a brand that is like a one-time, one and done type of deal. How do you communicate? Is there a different way that you communicate with those two different situations?
Yes. So I have both. I have brands that I've been working with for years, and they literally like anything I launch, they buy into. And those are really, really awesome. And then I also have brands that I work with once and never hear from them again. So I do both. And my way of usually what I'll do is a lot of it is done through the brands that send me free product samples. So what I usually do is I'll check, maybe like once a month or something like that. I check and see what my best creator connections campaigns are, like what's earned me the most money. And then I'll reach out and see if that brand has a new campaign. So I'll reach out through creator connections in that case. And I'll say, you know, hey, just saw that you have a new campaign. I've made X amount of money for your brand last time you had the campaign. Do you have any new products that you'd like me to review for this time around? And then some of them, you know, they don't write back. Some of them do write back and will send me, like, I just had a brand send me 20 supplements. Like, it's a supplement brand on Creator Connections, and they literally send me a whole box. You know, they're like, yeah, sure. Which products would you like? And I picked two, and I was like, I'd like this one and this one. After doing my product research, seeing which one has the most spots open in the carousel and the most sales. And then the founder wrote back and he was like, why don't I send you our new entire product line? So I was like,
Wow.
okay. You know, and they're still, because the brand is well known, like those supplements now maybe only have like just a few hundred sales, but no videos, but which is really awesome. But I know those sales are going to increase over time. So I do that as well, where like I'll reach out to brands that I've done really well for, and by looking at my top products, and I'll just say, hey, I'd love to review more of your products. What can you send? You know, what do you want to send me? So that's sort of how I stay in touch with the brands that I kind of have a relationship with, because I've done the product reviews for them, you know, once or twice. But it's also a way to build the relationships too. Because now I have some brands, like 3 or 4 brands, that anytime they launch something, they come to me and they're like, hey, we just launched this. Um, can you review it? So that's been really awesome as well. So yeah, I have some brands that reach out to me like a second, third, and fourth time, and then some brands that I reach out to a second time and more. And then again, some brands that I never hear from again.
Mhm. Okay. Thank you so much for sharing. Really appreciate it, Andrea.
Yes, yeah, you're welcome. And then I know there's more questions, so I'd love to take those. And then I have another strategy that I want to share that I'm also gonna do as well. But yeah, we can go through the questions.
Yeah, Heather. Heather is up next and she's got her camera on and looking good. So, hey, Heather.
Hey, so actually, this is not a question for Andrea. It's a
Okay,
question for Ehud, if that's okay. Is that all right?
I think it's fine. Ehud, you
Okay.
still there? In fact, Ehud, you still
Of
have your
course.
hand up.
Of course. Yeah. Oh, I still have it
Okay.
up. Okay. Sorry. Go ahead.
So this is more because I don't understand or don't know all the ins and outs of the seller back end type of thing, but these are things that I came up with. Can the seller or brand control the number of affiliates that you ship to? Like, I assume that that's what the package is like, oh, I only want 10 influencers, or I only want 100, or whatever it is.
Yeah. So let me just share with everybody how the Logi packages work, which is pretty awesome. Brands want to launch new products and they want to reach out to the top influencers for their products. Now, how it is working today is this. You all know it. You're all a part of it. There are pretty much 100 platforms out there that offer brands the ability to go into the platform and start going through an index or a directory, or start filtering down thousands of influencers, and in one word, guess which influencers of all these influencers is the right one for my products. It's a guesswork. They're like, I want to filter down to someone who lives in New York that has like 100,000 followers on Instagram. She needs to be a female. I want the keyword in one of her posts to be lipstick, and you're getting like 749 results. And now you'll go over them and like, oh, let's maybe try to. It's just such a guesswork, and you never know who's the right one for you. And this is where Logi came to be the most advanced, sophisticated platform out there to allow brands to literally be matched with the influencers that have the most likelihood of actually generating sales for them. So we're using an amazing, amazing AI model that we've been training for the past 4 years since we just started using Logi. Now watch this. This is very important to understand. We are not just using training based on, sensitive data and all that stuff. We're literally training each and one of you as its own ecosystem. So basically what happens is that, well, I don't want to give away all the secrets, but some of you might understand where this is going. But imagine that each and every one of you has like a little AI model that is running through your data. Okay, so it's not sharing your data with other data or any of that sort. And it's always looking to be matched with what is the best opportunity that Logi has to offer right now. So it's kind of a reverse play here. Okay, it's hard to understand, but every one of you is just like has that little agent that is running around all the time. It's like, there's a new opportunity on Logi. Can this be a good match for me or for my owner, the person that I'm running through? And that agent keeps on working and working day and night. And every time a new product is being launched on Logi, boom, it's looking like, how likely am I to sell that product? What happens is that instead of that brand trying to find the perfect influencer, the AI agent of that influencer is actually finding what product is actually the best match for them. So it's like kind of a really sophisticated way of looking at it. I can't share too much information because I don't want all our competitors to start training their models, but I can tell you that Logi has the most data from everybody else because we've been out there for 4 years. We know every piece of content you ever created. We know how many sales you generated. We know all that data. A lot of it is public. So just imagine every word you speak in your video, we know it. It's already been embedded as a vector database, and we know exactly what you said, when you said it, how good it worked, how many sales it generated, all that kind of stuff. So again, I'm revealing too much of the secret sauce of Logi, but this is how the system works. And when brands understand it, they say, okay, so we want to work with 100 influencers. So now Logi will launch these 100 products, and the brand will see how every few minutes or an hour or two, boom, a product is being matched with one of your agents. So one of the agents is like, oh, I'm going to get it because the chances that I'm going to generate sales for it is the biggest. Boom, it's grabbing it, and the brand sees, oh, the product was matched. Then we notify you, hey, this product was matched with you. The brand says, poof, notified. Now we're starting to check if you can accept it or not. You skip it, boom, the brand notifies, oh, they didn't want it. You wanted the boom, the brand notified, oh, that influencer that was matched to your product just accepted your product. We're going to ship it to them. So it's such a beautiful process that is 100% automatic. So we're letting the AI agents deal with everything so you don't have to do it. And the brand doesn't have to do it. And that's why the brands are paying us to get those influencers matched, the product sample shipped, and all the content being shown on their dashboard without them having to go to all these 100 platforms I mentioned before, filtering down through thousands of results, starting to send all these DMs back and forth, negotiating, starting to send samples, asking for an invoice, sending out payment, asking for the deliverable. All of this is magically happening using Logi. So this is the system. I hope it makes sense. I hope that people understand how it works. And that is why most of the brands that start using Logi will always take the bigger package because you're offering them double the influencers. So let's say a package offers them 10 influencers matched and we ship the products and we do everything for them 100% automatically, they'll get 20. If we give them a package with 20, they'll get 40. So that makes the cost so much more affordable and so much better for them. And they say, okay, I want to take the biggest package because it doesn't make sense to me not to take that bigger package. And that's where you actually make the biggest commission. But that's how it works. And now ask me anything if you have about the system and what you didn't understand, or if that kind of makes sense to you.
That totally makes sense. But my next question is, so I've gotten several products, but what I've noticed on some of them, well, one, there's no sales or there's no upper carousel. So is there any coaching from you guys to the brand that it definitely helps them and it helps us if they put a video up there?
That's a
Because
No,
Yeah.
that's a beautiful, beautiful question. Thank you so much, Heather. And you're absolutely right. If the brand isn't launching at least one brand video, it doesn't open up the carousel. The way for them to open the top carousel is by uploading their own brand video, and that's when it actually opens up. I think that the bottom carousel is opening up automatically, by the way. I think that, correct me if I'm wrong, anyone in the chat, but I think that the
Yeah, it
lower
definitely is. Yep.
yeah, the lower
Mhm.
carousel doesn't need the brand to open it up first and they don't even know. They just upload the video. It's not like somebody told the brands, you have to upload the video in order for the top hero section carousel to actually unlock. And they just upload videos because Amazon keeps on sending them ongoing emails saying, hey, did you know that you can get more traction by uploading a video to these ASINs? And we have a few seller accounts that we keep on tracking things so we know how it works, and they try to encourage people to do that. So lately we started really working on it and planning on creating a brands group, just like we have the Logi creators group, and starting to do that. That's something that we've been discussing in the past few weeks. I think that Adam, our COO, already created a group, but I don't think we actually started doing anything with it. And Stas, who is working with all the brands on a daily basis, has so much data to share with them. He also has a Telegram group with a lot of sellers on it, so he keeps updating them. So yeah, it's definitely something we're working on it. We understand that we need to educate the brands to do more of that. But what you're referring to is a lot of these brands that are launching new products. And we have a lot of very big brands lately, like Jessica Simpson and Hello Kitty and Polo, and a lot of really good brands that are coming in, very big names, and they launch new products. And when it's a brand new product, the carousel isn't there. Well, hallelujah! Hallelujah! You're gonna be the first one to unlock that carousel. You have the first, chance of making a big impression. And if your video will generate the most sales, you're gonna be stuck there even when other people are going to generate content. So you actually want us to launch new products to you guys. Because when we launch a new product, that's the biggest chances for you to be the first ones to the cake and grab the first slice of it.
Well, I've noticed so I have one brand particular. I think it's okay if I say the name. It's Trickology. I think they've been with you for a while, but they don't have any upper carousels, and I think it's a product that could be an upper carousel. I'm selling them, but I think that there'd be a better conversion if they did just do one video. Like, I don't
I
know.
love
I
it.
don't know if
I
that's
love
true.
it.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
basically, a good idea for us will, well, first thing, you guys can reach out to support and tell Tatiana or Anne, tell them, hey guys, is there any chance you can tell the brand to upload a video to their carousel to unlock it? And then they will reach out to the brand or to Stas, and Stas is talking to them on a daily basis. And another thing we can also start building if we see that it's going to work out is that when there is not an upper carousel and someone created a video, we can automatically somehow have our system know that and send an email to the brand and say, hey guys, do you know that you're missing out on a big opportunity to have all these influencers as your number one salespeople on your hero page by just uploading a video? Can you do that? That will really generate more sales. That's such a great thing to say, Heather.
Yeah.
And I'm going to talk about that with the team, especially with Stas, because he's the first one to talk to the brands. And he can literally look at the product and say, hey guys, you're missing out. Make sure you're uploading that first video so we can unlock that carousel. I love it.
Cool.
I wanted
Thank you.
to,
Those are my questions.
Oh, I wanted to add something quickly here as well, because that's something that I do every time a brand reaches out to me. I go to their listing and see if they have a top carousel. And in my reply, if they don't, I will automatically say, yes, I'm happy to do a video for you. But by the way, did you know that your top video carousel is not unlocked? And many influencers are probably not going to want to do videos if they don't see a top carousel, which is going to affect your sales. So you should add one of your brand videos on there, and then I'm happy to do a video. Or if you'd like to hire me to do your first video, I'm happy to do that as well. So I've had brands who were like, oh my God, I had no idea that I needed to have a video there. And they'll either say, oh yes, we have some videos we can upload, and then that'll unlock the top carousel. And I've also had some brands that were like, oh yes, I'd love for you to do, video review that we can put up there. So then I'll do, like, they'll pay me to do 2 videos, and I'll do one for their top carousel that they can upload, and then I'll do a separate one, a different one for my influencer video. So I educate brands, like every time they reach out, I'm like, you should really add a video there in your top carousel.
That's great. I was wondering about that too.
Yeah.
I'm curious to know how much are you charging for that upper carousel video? And also, Ehud, I think you have an opportunity here to be able to get brands, like connect the influencer with the brand to make that top carousel as well.
Yeah, so I charge $100 for the top carousel video, and then I charge 30 to 50 for the regular influencer videos.
Wonderful, wonderful information being shared here. Go ahead, Lane. I'm sorry.
I was curious if Ehud ever thought of connecting influencers with the brands for that top carousel to open up.
Yeah, so no, never. That's the first time I'm hearing that idea, and thank you for sharing that, Lane. I wanna say that yeah, there's something going on here. Like it's important. If the brand didn't open that first carousel, then we should definitely get them to do that. And it connects to the licensing project that we have in our down our pipeline, where we are planning to have that option to license your content and have you decide on a price per video that you create, have like some kind of a default in your system saying, hey, my default, like Andrea can say my default is $100, but you can always go back to product videos and change it to $50, $200, or $500, whatever you want. And when the brand looks at those videos, they will see a little licensing option to those of you who enrolled in the licensing program. So that thing is in our pipeline. We didn't get to it yet. It's something that we want to work on. And it actually connects very well with that idea of, hey, why not license that content so people can actually license it and upload it to the top of their carousel. I want to add to what Andrea said. And Andrea has like a flat fee that is $100 for that video to be licensed. Have you ever considered, guys, that how much is it worth it for you to sell your video as a licensed video? And the reason why I'm saying it is it has a lot of reasons to look at it, because I'm sure that Andrea, and I know that Andrea has many products that she's making much more than $100, especially a lifetime, for content that she created. She's just crushing it for some of the products. And if she would have sold that content that she created to a brand for $100, she would be so upset. I mean, she would never know, but she would be so upset. Why did I sell it for such a short amount of money when I already generated over $1,000 in the past 2 years for that product? Like, I literally lost $1,900. So for me, as someone who's really trying to take two chairs, one chair sitting in front, which is the creator, one chair sitting on the other side is the brands, and trying to make sure that the negotiations and that the deal is always going to be worth it for two sides, because that is the most sustainable way to build the best service, not by anyone trying to take advantage of the other. And I always think about, okay, but if we are licensing our content, how much is it worth it for me? So I just can tell you that my idea when I was starting to work on the licensing project that I'm hoping to launch, anywhere next year, in the first few months of next year, is to create some kind of an algorithm that can automatically calculate how much it's worth to sell that content for. So if that product's BSR, or best sales rank, for those of you who are not sure about what BSR is very good, and if I've already generated a lot of sales for similar products in that category, and there's a big chances that I'll be able to generate an X amount of unit sales that the AI will predict, then that means that for me to make it worth it for me to sell that video, to license it to a brand to use, is going to be $75. It's going to be $750. So we're thinking about how to build it in a way that will automatically, kind of tell you what is a good price to sell it for. Sometimes it can be a good price. Sometimes it can be the wrong price. Sometimes it might give you too much of a high figure and nobody will license it, and then you will see that you're not making that money, and it would be better to sell it for half of it. But just I want you guys to keep in mind, always look at the BSR of the product. Always look at your history on Logi and on the dashboard to see how good you are selling products from that category, similar products, because that's so easy to check on the Logi reports dashboard. And ask yourself, if I'm that good at selling these kind of products, how much should my video be going for? And for products that you know for a fact that it's your worst selling products and you're not making a lot of sales and your conversion rate is very low, sell it for even less, because you know, hey, I'd rather get the money up front because I'm not going to make that money from having the product video on the listing. Let's just have the brand use it as their own branded content. So I'm kind of, not able to keep on monetizing on it. Just remember, your video, the reason why we're fighting so hard on not giving people license to your content, which we are probably the only company today, or I don't know anybody else, but maybe there are others, but all the other companies out there just sell your videos and, just tell brands, hey, here, buy the content. Some of these people will make content for free, just send them the product, really pushing down the value of creators with all these you know low quality, just send me a product, I'll give you a video, and the brands take that video and use it. So yeah, there's so much to talk about. I can talk about it on and on and on. I can talk about the new AI content that is being created by brands that looks just like real content, so that also is a huge impact on us as creators. There's just so much to talk about, so many things are
Yes.
actually happening. Yeah, go ahead.
Yes, Ehud, I want to make sure that I say to you, please resend that email. You know the email when you send out to all the Logis to say, yes, this affiliate program is open now, but you need to wait until you have the link for the replay of this video so they can hear Andrea's amazing strategy, because she's getting ready to drop some more golden nuggets on us of strategy. And also, one more thing, I want to say hello to Shawakani. You got your camera on, and it's your first time being here, I think. And welcome, welcome. Thank you so much for coming. Yes, please send that email out again, Ehud, because you know how people miss emails. You know how emails go into spam, and people can get re-energized with these tips that Andrea is sharing today. So go ahead,
Yeah,
Andrea.
I love it and I will do it. Thank you so much. And by the way, Andrea should tell everybody, because she's been featured on television, on the news, on the internet. Andrea, she's a big
It's a
player.
big deal.
She knows what she's doing. Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, thank you. I've been featured on the media for my work with brands, but I was also featured in, I think it's CNBC Make It, for my Amazon influencer program stuff, as a side hustle, like I think 2 years ago. So that was fun as well. I figured I help brands get in the media. I might as well get in the media myself, right? So
Awesome. Awesome. So
yeah,
yes, let's get
yeah,
this
yeah.
next
So
strategy. Thank you
the
so much.
yeah, so the last strategy that I want to share is that, and I'm waiting to do this until I have the affiliate dashboard, just so I can see what's working and what's not working. But and I'm not using this as a distraction for my Amazon stuff. I feel like that's, creating brand videos is going to be my main thing. But I also think doing this affiliate referral for Logi can also be a really substantial source of income and earning money, especially with recurring revenue, which I think is a goal, or should be a goal for many of us, which is why we're in the Amazon influencer program. But I do plan on reaching out to brands that are not in my community, and basically like just doing cold outreach. And there's a platform that I've actually been using even before this, to reach out to brands for more like UGC style content. So I'm gonna use that, and then also reach out to brands that have never heard of me, don't know who I am, but that are selling on Amazon, and just basically introducing Logi and being like, hey, I know how important it is for you to work with influencers. Here's a really fast way to work with even more influencers. So I'm gonna try that strategy as well.
I love it. I love it. And the fact that a lot of us are not just using Amazon, right? We're using other programs as well. And so that's also something that will be attractive depending upon the brand.
Mhm. Yeah, right. And yeah, I feel like for influencers, Logi, the Logi community, this is another great way to increase our earnings and diversify our income. And then for the brands, it's great because it makes getting influencers and working with influencers so much easier. And then Logi connects all of us together and makes money as well. So I feel like it's literally a win-win for us as affiliates and influencers, for brands, and for Logi as well.
Oh, wow. You gave so many great tips and you got people thinking, I saw someone leave a comment and say, "Do you mind sharing what you had included in that copy paste that you put in that original email that you sent?" Now, keep in mind, folks, she's talking to a slightly warm audience, right? In her emails, because
Mhm.
it's not like they just reached out and said, "Hey, you want to do a video for our product? We'll send you the product." These are people that you've already been back and forth with, right?
Yes and no. So the brands
Okay.
that do reach out for the first time, because they saw my video on Amazon, I send them the same email. So I literally reply and I'm like, yes, here's my fee. And if you want to work with even more influencers, Logi gave me an invite code. Here you go. You can get double the influencers uh, for when you sign up. So yeah, I do both. So it goes to cold audience, although I guess they're warm because they've reached out to me so far. But the email that I'll send out to the cold audience, that will be a little different, yeah. But again, I haven't done that yet because I'm waiting for the affiliate reporting dashboard to
Mhm.
so I can see
See what
just
works.
what works. But then
Mhm.
once I do that, I can also give you guys an update in the Logi group and be like, hey, I just started reaching out to brands. Here's the platform I'm using to get their contact info. Here's what I'm saying to them. Go for it. So yeah.
Yeah, and I think it's also like I really don't have to convince you guys because you guys are here and you're here all the time, but we never know when Stas is gonna pop in and give us an update, and he may even share with us some of the feedback that he's hearing from brands that have been the outreach has gone out to. So just keep coming back like y'all always do.
Oh, I was gonna say just one more quick thing. So the first brand that I did invite to Logi, it was the first brand that he wrote back and he said, yes, I've signed up. And then literally a few days later, he wrote back and he said, oh, I see you're the first one that's matched with my products. Would love to know what you think of them when you get it. And then the product showed up in the mail. So it totally, I was like, yes, it's working. So yeah, that was fun to see.
So did you get in the upper carousel? We all want to
Uh,
know.
I need to check. I have not looked. I have not looked at my video since I posted it. It was like literally like within a few days of the affiliate program launch. But I'm gonna go check and see.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yes.
Mhm.
Thank you. And Liz, real quick, I just want to make sure you got that link for the extension. Um, I don't think you responded. You might have given it a heart or something like that, but I just want to make sure you're okay. Oh, you did get it. Okay, great. All right, everyone. I think that also just thinking about this idea of outreach or even responding back to those brands that are reaching out to you or the ones that we even see inside of Logi that don't have that carousel open. I think that's going to be a great opportunity for us. I'm so glad Heather brought that up as well because it's better for us, it's better for them. And oh, Shawakani, we were just talking about the link to download the extension. Do you have the Logi extension installed? Did Oh, okay. Would you like to unmute? Because we all want to just say hi.
Hello, everyone. I'm Shawakani.
Yeah. Oh, I pronounced it right.
Yes,
Yay.
thank you.
And so how long have you been with Logie?
I have, and I'm really now trying to focus on. My focus has been kind of all over the place, but I'm really focusing, trying to get my.
Well, these Friday calls are a
Mhm.
great place to get the chance to hear from folks that are in the program. Like I have known Andrea for, a couple, maybe a year at this point, but I did not know that she was doing all this other stuff working with brands. So there's always like a wealth of information from all those folks that are here that turn on their mics and or even following along with the chat. And Miss Tarika has been helping me see. Tarika, hey, right? She normally is working, so she can't turn on her microphone, but
Say
she's,
hello today.
hey, girl, how you doing? How's things going?
Things are going great. Thank you.
Okay, great. I so appreciate you, and also for you bringing your friends to join our Logie community because it's the more the merrier, right? Okay, and Stephanie agrees. These calls always have some great advice. Every single week, I learn something new. And that's a wonderful thing about this group because of the collective. I always like to call it a think tank, right? There's always so many different ways of looking at this whole program, this whole creator economy ecosystem, even though it's mostly focused on Amazon and Logi, but we also have to think beyond, right? Because you can't just get stuck because you never know when Amazon's going to change. Like we've been talking about carousels, right? Y'all know Amazon will turn those carousels off in a heartbeat right when your money starts getting good. All of a sudden, wait, you'll see it in the groups. Do you see there's no upper carousel? Do you see there's no lower carousel? Do you see there's 20 videos in the carousel? Like, we're at their whim. And so we still need to have a little bit of control in the fact that we can branch out, but we do want to make sure that we are thinking about connecting with these brands. And so I'm really glad that Andrea is here because she's somebody who's been doing it for so long. And little did I know, or little did we all know, that's, one of the successful ways to take advantage of the Logi affiliate program, right? Okay. We were going to talk about Chrome extensions today, but we're at the top of the hour. But I do have this one thing that I want to share with you guys. And I want to say, don't shoot the messenger on this because I saw something on Amazon, and maybe some of you have seen it as well. Hang on, let me cue it up. Okay. I wanted to cue it up and make sure it's ready before I screen share. And here's what I saw the other day when I was looking at an ad, I believe.
From church to casual outings. Customers report the material is soft and washes well, though there are mixed opinions about the weight of the fabric.
I'm sorry, I should have said this first. There's a button, see that blue button that says, here are the highlights. This is an AI generated highlight. They trying to come for us, y'all. Okay, just
Fabric. Who would you say this dress isn't ideal for? Someone who prefers more fitted or structured clothing might want to look elsewhere. Also, since it's a pull on style with no zipper, if you prefer more tailored closure options, this might not be your best choice.
okay. I'm not going to torture y'all anymore with that. I don't know if anyone else has seen that, But this is something that I saw for the first time the other day, and I was like, oh, let me record this. That, they are trying to cut out, right? And trying to find, they started with Rufus. Now they've got the AI voices, and video is next, right? Because all the crazy things that Sora is doing. And there's not going to be long before Sora is going to be able to do complete product demos. So I just want you all to be aware of what's going on, and I don't want you to be taken off guard. And that's why it's always good to plant seeds, right? And let's see what Yoma says she saw one. Andrew said it's not that they turn them off per se. Oh, we're talking about the carousels. They show them to whomever they want at the particular moment. One person may not see the upper carousel on products, and others will have the upper carousels on all products. So myself, I don't care if there's an upper carousel and create content anyway. Stephanie said, that was Andrew. I'm sorry if I didn't say that. And Stephanie said, make your content imperfect. That's the human element. Show toys your kids have destroyed for 2 years, spill something on the blouse you're demoing, etc. Sandy said, but AI generate content is not as genuine as a video done from a real person with real feedback. Absolutely. You guys know I'm not saying that it is going to replace us. I'm just saying they're trying to come up with ways, maybe not to totally replace us, but let's see what else can we put out there. And of course, that might just be a test because I don't see that on every product that I go to. But that one came from an ad because I am a person that clicks on Amazon ads, especially when I'm on Facebook. I see the ad. And the reason why I click on that ad, oh, do I want to add this to one of my idea lists? Oh, let me check the sales on this. Oh, is this in Creator Connect? That's why I click on ads. I was not expecting to hear, this back and forth dialogue, like the one AI is asking questions of the other AI. And, you know, so this is something that they're testing. So I just want y'all to be aware of it because it maybe won't do anything and they'll get rid of it. But they don't have to pay an influencer, right? Because they paid for the ad. And then if I would have bought that dress, which of course I'm going to buy, I was going to add it to idea list though. Then, it's just things that we have to be aware of. That's all. That's all I'm saying. And Stephanie said, because AI is not as expensive as commissions for influencers, Amazon is only here to make money, make themselves more money. We are just the pawns as if they can replace us, they will. Yep, yep, yep. And so I do want to show you a couple things in Chrome. And I know it's the top of the hour, but I hear so many questions about Chrome. And I just want to make sure that you guys are kind of familiar with some of the things that you can do with Chrome. And for example, you need to keep Chrome updated. You have an extension. The extension's been acting a certain way. You've been using it, and then all of a sudden it starts acting like, why is that happening? Maybe the extension's been updated, or maybe Chrome's been updated. Okay. And you have on automatically update Chrome, but guess what? It doesn't always automatically update. They push it when they feel like, okay, this is major, so we'll push it out to everybody. So what you will need to do in order to make sure that you get the update, I'm going to screen share real quick, is and ignore the fact that this tab is blank because actually I have an extension that's leaving the tab blank. Is you're going to go up to the three dot menu in your upper right, and you're going to come down to where it says help. Now this it went off screen. Maybe if I change the size of this tab, it won't go off screen. Hang on. Have to move things around. Yeah, I'm sorry, it went off screen. So you click on About Chrome. Now, right now, it tells me that my Chrome is up to date. But yesterday, when I tested this, it wasn't. And I have on automatically update Chrome, but it wasn't. Okay. So you have to just know that your Chrome is up to date before you even get into the extensions. So, really quickly, I'll show you a trick that works when you are using an extension. Let's just say it's Logi, or it could be one of the other extensions, which we'll probably get into next time. All right, so there is a page where you can see all of your extensions. Does everybody know that? There's several ways you can get there, but I go to, wait a minute, Chrome dot slash extensions. I actually have this bookmarked. I have a key for it on my Stream Deck because sometimes extensions don't play nice. So you're dealing with Amazon, you've got Logi, you've got Oink, you've got Fluencer Fruit, you've got Genius Link, you've got all these extensions, and sometimes they don't play nice together. So you need to troubleshoot. So what do? You come down and you just toggle the extension off. Just toggle it off. And when you finished your troubleshooting or working on the task that you need to work on, you toggle it back on. Like with the Logi extension, you always want to make sure you toggle that back on. Always. Because Logi is pulling your data constantly. So you want to make sure you have that toggled on. So I just wanted to show you a little, we can get into a little bit more about this because there's a bunch of extensions that I want to talk to you guys about. But this conversation that we had with Andrea today was definitely worth putting the Chrome thing off. Ehud, yes, you have your hand raised.
Yes. So I just wanted to mention one more thing because you're talking about these extensions and how sometimes you need to do some stuff. So the good news, and I think I mentioned it before, is that we've been very hard at work at creating a little Logi tray app. A Logi tray app, meaning that that's going to be an app that is working just like your extension. It's not doing anything else but doing the same exact thing that the extension is doing, but it doesn't rely on you opening your browser, logging into Amazon, logging into Logi, and having to, make sure that you're always, logging into Amazon, not missing a thing. We said, let's find a way to just, create an actual app that sits in your tray, just like many other apps that you have, that's running in the background. And every day, once, twice a day, it's looking at the data and it's pulling it so you don't have to open your Amazon account, log in, go to your Logi account. So basically, it's in beta. And anyone who has a PC and wants to help me personally test the beta app, just shoot me a DM on Facebook, or if you have my email, just email me back, or anywhere you want to reach out to me, and I will send you a link to install it. And basically, we're going to track it and make sure that it's working and that it's not causing any bugs and that it's actually getting all the data without you having to use our extension at all. And if everything works out in a week or two, we're going to release it to everybody, so everybody will be able to use the new app, and they won't have to rely on the extension to make sure that the data is always synced and you're never missing money. So when your extension is not syncing, you might be missing out on commissions. So yeah, if you want to test it with me, I would love it. I just installed it today, the latest push we had for that, and I would love to have a few more beta testers making sure that it's working fine. Let me know if you want to.
actually, I can't screen share this, but actually, Ehud, when you go to Logi, and this is happening on my Chrome. When I go to Logi, at the very top, it says open an app. So I can open that app, and I think I noticed before that it was probably in beta, but just time got away. I didn't get a chance to ask you about it. But I could open the app right now. It's just that if I open it, it's showing all my data.
And
So
sometimes I think it's actually a browser thing. I don't think it's our app because we never released it like this. So it's the Safari or the browser, offers you, because they see that you're using it a lot. I know that my phone used to do it a lot. Said, do you want to use this as an app? And because it's a web app, we built it as a web app that you can either use on a phone or on a mobile, but you have to log into the website to do that. And we never wrapped it into an actual mobile app, which we should do. It's just so silly that we don't do it. But we just made sure that once you have a browser, you can always log into Logi. And if you're using a mobile, you will get the mobile experience. So that could be the reason why you see that. But for our mobile app, it's literally, we use the Electron, which is the same software used by Slack to build Slack, Discord, build Discord. It's like the most known technology to build actual, computer apps. And the fact it's not, you don't rely on that extension. And every time like, oh, I have a problem with the extension, my extension is not syncing, this is not working, oh, it's not updating my extension to the latest, yada, yada, yada. Just too much hassle. We're like, let's build our own app. We won't be dependent, or how you say it, on a browser. Why do I have to why do I have to depend on a browser?
Right.
It just doesn't make sense. So yeah, so I saw that a few people already mentioned that they want to have that, but just guys,
Yep.
send me an email or reach out to me on the on Facebook as a DM, and I'll just send you a link to download it, and it will be great. I love to see if like the data is syncing all the time and everything is working perfectly, and we will be able to know once everything is good, we'll release it to everybody else.
So yeah, Terrico, it's once she's got her hand up. Liz has her hand up. Antoine has a question. Will you be able to turn it off, like being able to turn the extension off? I like being able to turn extension. The thing is, it would only be, it's like more like opening and closing. It's not like turning on and off. Once you have the app on your desktop, right? You'd open it, you do what your Logi thing that you want to do, and then you would close it, right?
Yeah. It's gonna live in your tray. You know how you have all these like
Right.
tray apps that live in your tray at the bottom.
Mhm.
So this way,
Right.
once a day, twice a day, it's checking to see if there's any new data that needs to be synced, and if yes, it's just making sure that you're always synced. I wouldn't uninstall the extension because the extension will have other benefits that this app won't have, like adding a product directly from Amazon into your Logi, copying collections, all this cool stuff that Logi has as an extension. So those are the things that the extension will be used for. But to get the most reliable data and knowing that you're never missing out a beat, that's what Logi app is going to be. Maybe showing you a notification when you're being matched. So you're getting a desktop notification so you can't miss out on that match, etc., etc., etc. Maybe even notifying you, hey, Eileen is starting a webinar right now. Click here to join, and you click it, and it opens up your Zoom. All that kind of stuff that it's very hard to do when you have an extension. But when you have like this little app that really helps you, you're not going to miss out on anything that is Logi.
Go ahead, Antoine. Unmute.
Yeah. So I guess if it's living in the tray down there is an app, it's a service. So I guess my concern is how does that service get turned off? Because like Eileen said, sometimes these extension goes crazy, and when you're troubleshooting, you want to turn certain things off. So I mean, and then if it's a service, it's living down there with notifications. So it's getting system level stuff there. That scares me a little bit because I like to control
I
system level
completely
stuff.
wow. No, I completely understand you. As a tech guy myself, I live and die by security and privacy and all that stuff. Especially because I'm so worried that people will take advantage of our software. I feel like other services are literally using our database because we have the biggest database of every content that was ever published we've been collecting that public data since the day that the Amazon program started, and I have a feeling that a few services are actually leaching data from us, because it's much easier probably to leach data from a SaaS new startup company than it is to leach the data from Amazon themselves. So I do try to always keep the security and privacy always. So I know exactly what you mean. Well, the question is, when was the last time you did install any other app? Like, I have Slack installed, I have Discord installed, I have all these other apps, and I do get a notification every time someone sends me a message on Slack. I think that right now it's only for Windows. We're going to launch it for Mac and even Unix after we approve that everything is working fine. But I do think that Windows Shield and Windows protection, detection, all that stuff will let you know if any app like this is trying to do something weird with your system. And we can probably ask ChatGPT to tell us, like, when I install a software like that you can actually say that was built with Electron, because Electron is the language that we use to build that app. Does it give special permission to, like you said, system level think? I don't think it does. I think that anything that is system level needs to be approved, and the Microsoft Windows will show you a notification that this app is trying to change something in your system. Nothing of that sort. So imagine that the Logi app, and that's exactly what it does, is exactly what the extension is doing. So when you have the extension, and it looks exactly like the extension, by the way. Once you install it, you open it, and it looks just like the extension, but outside of a browser. And what it does, it asks you, hey, log into Amazon so we can sync the data. And that's the last thing you need to do. And it's just going to work there. So I would love to see if there's anything, especially if you're going to ask ChatGPT or ask more about it and see, because if there's any type of a way that an app can somehow do things in your settings that might be bad, and that's something that we will never ever do. Our reputation is so much more important. We're building something for 100 years, not for the next 10 days, and we want to be shut down. We want to make sure that we have 100% trust from everybody that's using our system, and we always did this. And I think that for the past 4 years since we were established, all of you have realized that Logi is the most protected system for your data and for you, and we always adhere to all the Amazon terms of service, to everything that has to do with privacy. So in fact, we're leveraging us in ways that protects you even more, so you don't have to share your address with brands. You don't have to share your personal data with brands. You don't need to give bank account information, even not to us. We always tell you, go through a third party to give your bank information, so we never have that data in our, like, we're doing everything we can to make sure that privacy and security are first priority. Also, just so you know, even inside Logi, we have some kind of a rule that's called least access to people, meaning that everybody in the company doesn't have, I think that I am the only one, me and the CTO, Raza, we are the only ones who have kind of super admin access. And everybody else in the company only have access to only what they need to complete a task. And 80% of the people just have access to what's called a dummy database. So they never actually, so they can build everything they build on top of what's called a QA clone database that has only fake data. So they never have actual access to real data. We're just so scared because we hear all the time about startups being hacked and things happening like that. So, and by the way, AI really helps us, because we give our code to Claude and ChatGPT, and always ask them, hey, if you're a security agent, privacy agent, can you go over the code and tell us if there's any breaches, if there's any backdoors that can be hacked? And the AI is going through everything, and it always has, like, the code is perfect, but I would just add even this one to be even more secure about it. So down at the bottom of all these things said and done, and I know we're over the time, so I'm going to try to make it short, even though you know me, I love talking and talking and talking, so I apologize. But Andran, I think that when it comes down to to those things. I think that trust plays a huge factor here. And I think that you know me for, I think you joined Logi probably 2-3 months after we created the software. You were one of the first people that tested our extension and worked with me. So I think that when it comes down to the small details, it's all about trust. And we have thousands of Amazon influencers that trust us, and we will do everything we can to make sure that we are worthy of that trust. And that's why I'm telling you, when you're installing that app, we will not try to change any settings. We will not try to take advantage of anything, never ever. And our privacy policies out there, what we do and how we use your data is always very, very known. And I think that that's pretty much will be my answer. So I hope that helps.
Thanks so much, Ehud. And Terica has one last question before we close out. So are you looking for beta testers for only for PC or for Mac as well? Because I know I'm on a Mac.
Yeah, so we are starting with the PC version, but what's so nice about Electron, that the software that we're using to build the app, is that it can package the same software to a Mac version instantly. Like once we approve it, boom, we can package it as an Apple app or as a Unix Linux app, that is like all built into that special Electron software. That's why we chose that software to build that mini app. But because I don't want to give access to many people, I want to keep it very small, just to a small beta group of a few people, even people that hear this playback in the next few days and you want to join in and you're afraid that your extension isn't always working. Definitely, you're the ones that we want to test the most. Like if you felt like your extension isn't syncing correctly in the past, few months, even once, twice, try the beta so we can see that it's always working perfect and that you're never missing out on the data. And as long as we see that everything's working, then of course, boom, we immediately package it as an Apple Mac app, all these apps, and and share it with everybody.
Okay. Well, thank you so much. Thanks to each and every one of you. Hopefully, I'll see you all at 2 o'clock. Altovis is going to be prepping us for Black Friday. It'll be here before you know it. Oh my gosh. Okay, so thanks so much, everyone. And Andrew said, great session. Andrea did leave, but she said she'll see us next week. Okay, so we'll talk more about Chrome extensions next week, too, guys. Thanks so much, everybody. Have a wonderful weekend. Thanks, Ehud. Thanks, Emmy. Bye.